more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Laitram.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Yes. I'm doing like a motorcycle. It should be pedal. It's the Mach 5.
Here comes Speed Racer. He's a demon on wheels.
Old Speed Racer.
He's a demon.
I liked Racer X.
Chasing after someone.
I like Sparky Plugs, the mechanic. I like Trixie a lot. I'd like to date Trixie. She picks you up in a helicopter. Does anyone date someone that picks them up in a helicopter? I want to know that guy. Trixie was okay with me. Corey Johnson with you. Yeah, you right. Holy smokes. Bye-bye 2023. It's right there. Hello, 2024. Got a good 2 hours lined up for you. I don't know. Big events that happen, I don't know if I connect them to like years anymore. Have to really think about it. I guess the big major ones. But some folks like, it was a good year. It was a bad year. It seems like I would always say it was a good year. Even if something bad happened in that year. I'd be like, that. Yeah, that was, when was that? Oh, that was June. Yeah, that was a bad week when so-and-so died or whatever, but I don't know. A lot of folks associate things to the year, and then it is, a new year coming up. Not to bring up like a golf analogy, but you have the front 9 and the back 9, but 18 holes in the final score is what counts. It's sort of like the first half and the second half. Some folks are sort of, like, okay, got that 9 out of the way. And it's like they decompress, and then it's a new 9 holes. And it's like, I kind of feel that and get that, because it is hard to first half, second half. Boy, we played 2 quarters. Now we have the third and fourth quarter, that kind of thing, or halves. I get it, but I don't know. The 18 holes, the whole package is the thing that's important. The final score. Anyway, I don't really like, hey, we're putting 2023 in that rearview mirror and going to just really put the accelerator down in 2024. I guess I'm going to try to stop drinking Coca-Cola, since I drink 900 gallons a day. The Coke sent me this commemorative plaque, all kind of Coca-Cola paraphernalia. My house is like red and white and has the big swoosh on it. And one side says enjoy Coke. It's all their different logos. Coke adds life, all their different themes and logos from years. And inside the house, red and white carpeting, trays, everything's Coke. So yeah, may try to get at least about 90% of the Coca-Cola out of my life. Thousands and thousands of dollars handed over to the Coca-Cola company. You wonder how these companies are so large. Think about how many folks consume Coke. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I'm into all that stuff. Now, I was talking to a friend today. 2023 was tough for her, and just rattled off a lot of things. I was like, that's a shame, It's like 2024 is going to be better, right? And it's just that line of demarcation, I guess. Bye-bye 2023. Hello 2024. It's coming. No way to stop it. It starts Monday. New day, new week, new month, new year, Monday. December 31st, Sunday. Kind of works in a nice, clean, nice, easy way. Hey, best quality, best price, best selection. I got to be talking about your Rouse's Markets. They're over 60 Rouse's. They've been at it in Southeast Louisiana for over 60 years. About 1/3 of all Rouse's locations are in Metro New Orleans. 20 plus of the 60 plus Rouses are in Metro New Orleans. They're everywhere. There are 4 Rouses markets within 10 minutes of my house, 4 of them. Think like sewage and water board plant. Think kind of Carrollton, Riverbend, kind of, Pigeon Town area. I can go Claiborne to like Jefferson to Ferret, and I'm there in 5 minutes, 6 minutes tops. I can keep going down Claiborne's to Napoleon, hook a right and go to the river. That massive store in that old brick warehouse building, Chapatulas at Napoleon, like caddy corner from Tipitina's. That's a massive Rouse's with everything. But that little boutique Ferret store I just mentioned, it has everything from like by your toes to above your head. It's chock full. Like their French Quarter location. That's like a New York grocery. Royal in Orleans, that's like a New York grocery. So there are Rouses everywhere. But those two, Ferret, 5-6 minutes from my house. Chapatulas at Napoleon, less than 10 easy. Mid-City, New Orleans. What's that? Bienville at Carrollton? 10 minutes. I can go into the parish, River Road to Causeway. What is that? LaBar. It's kind of the old Metairie Rouses on the edge of Old Metairie. LaBar at Airline at Causeway, right there. You know the Rouses. The old Metairie Rouses by the tracks, dude. That's less than 10 minutes from my house. On the way home from work, you'll probably pass a few Rouses in your neighborhood, near your neighborhood. Tastes like home, Rouses Markets. Speaking of, the Rouses Markets phone lines are open. Miss Peach is fielding your phone calls. She flailed her hand a minute ago up in the air, and all I just saw was it looked like credit cards, and I thought Miss Peach was going to say, ran these up in the last week. But it's 3 $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates. And Miss Peaches is like, it's the holiday season, Corey, the giving season. No, it's hard for you. Ha, 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 laughed at me. Let's just give these away. I said, Miss Peaches, you're right on the money. You're wrong 96.8% of the time, but today you're right. So we're giving away these 3 $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates. Good at one of the 5 area Woodhouse Day Spas. And all you have to do is call. No trivia question. Miss Peaches will field your phone call. You're shy. Don't even want to go on the air. Just want to grab the moolah. No problem. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 504-766-9480, 766-9480. Yeah, you right. Jeff Dorson's going to join us in about 30 minutes. He's with the Humane Society of Louisiana. We'll wrap up 2023. Look forward to 2024. Boy, he accomplishes a lot. That guy is a grinder, man, for 35 years. Came down here from Indiana for a few weeks to help out. 35 years later, still around, just couldn't leave. Louisiana's got major problems when it comes to how we treat animals. Got to do a better job. Spay and neutering, shelters in every parish, law enforcement enforcing the law, people there ready to jump in like Jeff to rescue animals and the like. No-kill shelters. No, it'd be easy if you had a governor maybe or a legislator that had a few legislators with them on board, some half dozen, you could get a lot accomplished. It's about being humane. It's about treating animals right. It's a super small price. It's nothing in the overall budget. That idea of doing it maybe in prisons and places where it was brilliant, I thought. Corey Johnson with you on a Thursday. Boy, lots of things going down in Louisiana, in New Orleans in 2023. River District breaking ground, Six Flags breaking ground. Let's see how forward they go and how quickly they move forward. Charity Hospital site, that thing is moving and grooving. Sewage and Water Board substation coming online, on the way. Boy, but Federal City, the Plaza site, Lincoln Beach, Esplanade Mall, Plaza Tower, Lindy Boggs Hospital, Naval Support on Poland Avenue, the film industry in the city. A lot that needs to be looked at. Hey, I was over at Young's main facility, youngsdrycleaning.com. Want to experience the best dry cleaner? Change your bad habits. Get rid of that bad dry cleaner you're dealing with. Experience the best. youngsdrycleaning.com.
Fausto's Italian Bistro on Veterans Boulevard, where the brothers Fausto and Roland are serving some of the city's finest Sicilian and Italian cuisine. From New Orleans' first family of Sicilian and Italian cooking, Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations, New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com.
Did you know Rouse's sells only Angus beef? Angus beef's natural marbling means more succulence and flavor. Whether you choose Rouse's USDA Prime, Choice, or Select, it'll be only Angus beef when you get it at Rouse's. Tastes like home.
When a young man comes in and they walk into our store and you can see they're a little intimidated. Last week, I saw the young man. I said, "Hey, what can I do to give you a hand?" He said, "Well, I'm here for an engagement ring, but I don't think I'm in the right place." So I got him to my desk, and within an hour, he had purchased an engagement ring, had spent $1,000, and he was treated like he spent a lot more, and I'm sure we have a customer for life. My name is Ken Friend of Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool, New Orleans. NOLAAC.com is your cool spot.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
The French bread of the city of New Orleans. Good to the last crumb. Leidenheimer French bread. The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Yeah, you, right? Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson back at you on a Thursday afternoon. 4 o'clock hour on this Thursday as we fade from 2023 to 2024. Brought to you by Helm Paint and Decorating. 7 locations in Metro New Orleans. West Bank, East Bank, North Shore, Mandeville, Hammond. They're everywhere. Plus free 2-hour delivery of those high-quality Benjamin Moore products and more. Lifetime paint from Benjamin Moore. Never, ever paint your home again. Pennies on the dollar compared to those totally unnecessary, hyper-expensive so-called coatings. Those coating companies, that's the world's most expensive home painting company. That's what they are. El Ripoff. Go with Helm Paint and Decorating. 50-plus years in New Orleans. New Orleanians that know go to Helm. Their names in their computer, what paint they got, the room they used it in from years, decades even back. No, Helm is family because it's Joey Helm, Keith Main, Ronnie Helm, Christy Helm. 7 locations in Metro New Orleans. Free 2-hour delivery. When you got a paint in Metro New Orleans. Hey, Baton Rouge, are you listening? Huh? Corey said something about Baton Rouge. Yeah, Tiger Town, Capital City, Red Stick. You guys, Helm Paint and Decorating has invaded the capital city. 4 Helm Paint and Decorating locations in Baton Rouge. 4 convenient locations spread out all over Metro Baton Rouge. And just like in New Orleans, free 2-hour delivery. And that's Metro Baton Rouge. That means West Baton Rouge could be like Bruley or Port Allen. That means East Baton Rouge, like Prairieville, even Gonzales. Helm Paint and Decorating. 7 locations in Metro New Orleans, and now 4 locations in Metro Baton Rouge. When you got to paint in Metro New Orleans, when you got to paint in Metro Baton Rouge, do it once, do it right. They'll steer you in the right direction. You go to Helm Paint and Decorating. Did I mention they're now in Baton Rouge? 4 o'clock hour, brought to you by Helm Paint and Decorating. On a Thursday afternoon. Hey, I've got 3 Miss Peaches at the controls fielding your phone calls. Count them, 3 $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates to give away. She's saying it's holiday season. Feliz Navidad. Hanukkah a few weeks back. Let's do this thing. I'm like, all right, Miss Peaches, ease up. So giving away 3 $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates. All you have to do is call. I'd like one of those, Corey. Hey, guys, perfect for the wife, girlfriend, sister, mom, daughter, grandmother. Rouse's Markets phone lines to participate in the program. 504-766-9480. 504-766-9480. 766-9480. Dial us up. Got a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate for you. There are 5 metro locations, 5 area locations. 4 in the metro, 1 in Baton Rouge. Mid-City, New Orleans. Metairie near North Kenner. They're in Slidell, they're in Mandeville, and they're in Baton Rouge by the Mall of Louisiana. 766-9480, the city's premier day spa experience. The Woodhouse Day Spa. 766-9480. Yeah, 2023 going bye-bye. 2024. Hello. Hey, real quick, check this out. You want to know everything about the program? CoreyTalks.com. Corey spelled K-A-A-R-E, CoreyTalks.com. That's our website, CoreyTalks.com. It's got links, Or you can just see where, hey, where are you on the radio? Oh, 93.9 FM. Oh, so fine. 93.9 FM. New Orleans' own 107.9 FM. 107.9 FM. From Baton Rouge to Pensacola, Florida, all up and down the I-10, I-12 corridor, 600 AM. It's all on the website, CoreyTalks.com. Hey, where are we on television? Where's Corey on TV? Cox Channel 4 television. Statewide. That's Your View, Louisiana. Cox Channel 4, weekdays starting at 4. You Charter Communications subscribers, a.k.a. Spectrum. Spectrum Channel 333. Weekday afternoon starting at 4. 90 minutes of fun on TV. Live streaming The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson. We're on YouTube Live. Just go to the little search bar on YouTube, The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson. Corey spelled K-A-A-R-E. K-A-A-R-E. And search for it on YouTube. And do me a favor, click to subscribe to our YouTube channel. The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson on YouTube. It doesn't cost a dime to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Boy, we hope this River District thing that's been talked about for 2 years. For about 2 years now. There's shovels in the ground, and that means a box of wood, a box of dirt made out of wood and shovels in it, gold shovels with the hard hats on top and maybe some gold ribbon or scissors or something. I don't know. I mean, quote, groundbreaking, not like pile drivers are driving piles yet, but the River District seems like it's a go now. Seems like it's a go. Because it's been like 2 years, and I think the developers are like, we were ready 2 years ago. I would venture to say in an Austin or a Nashville, that project would be well underway. And in New Orleans, it's just lots of hurdles and hassles, and just it's not easy doing business. That has to change. This is it was like $500 million. Now it's close to $1 billion major new neighborhood, a transformative project for the city potentially. Need to embrace this kind of stuff. Embrace it. So hopefully this thing gets going, because there's some things that are important, like the Shell moving their jobs into a mid-rise brand new building on that site. When that building's built, they'll move out of One Shell Square, Hancock Whitney in a few years and go to that site. So that's going to be one of the first buildings coming out of the ground. And then Topgolf, they're going to invest like $40 million. And that high-tech triple-decker driving range that you see in Baton Rouge on the interstate, right by the Mall of Louisiana, right by the Woodhouse up in Baton Rouge. That you're going to see that exact thing, kind of a replica of that. Topgolf Baton Rouge is like, photocopy that bad boy, and it'll be newer and better. I mean, that thing's like a decade old in Baton Rouge. It'll be newer, better, probably better looking, everything. More high tech, just state of the art, the best that they have. Their newest one. That's going right down there by the River District. So those are the big anchors, Shell, and 800 jobs in a, I forget what that office building costs. Tens of millions of dollars, obviously. Might be like north of 100 million, that building. And then Topgolf's like 40 million bucks. So River District and a real diversified group of folks. Looks like it's a green light. Six Flags, similar, ground broken, talked about for almost 2 years. Over 18 months, over 20 months. I said when it was announced that Bayou Phoenix, they won't break ground in a year, and they didn't break ground in a year, almost 2. Still haven't broken ground as far as piles being driven or any rides from the amusement park being taken down, even none of it. No demolition, nothing yet. So that's something to keep an eye on. But, quote, ground broken. But no Top Golf, no Shell 800 jobs, no Flying J truck stop, no Buc-ee's. Bayou Phoenix's work with Buc-ee's, Flying J truck stop, Bath's Pro Shop, Cabela's. There's none of those things like River District has. They don't have the anchors. They don't have the momentum. We'll see how long it takes for that to get going. Charity Hospital site is moving. They are a bustling. If you go by the old Charity Hospital on Tulane Avenue, I mean, it's not scaffolding out front. It's like, the stuff you see like in New York. The elevators, plural, look like you could put a car in one of them and take a car up in the elevator to the 23rd floor of Charity, Anyway, that Art Deco building, they're going to dump $500-600 million into that thing. They're doing that right now. That's not a shovels in the ground, cut the ribbon. It's a go. Charity is a go. Still needs help. Oh, and by the way, the Sewage and Water Board substation is a go. That's like Charity. They're like halfway home. You can go look at the progress yourself. It's right there at the parish line. Claiborne's, where it turns into Jefferson Highway, kind of catty corner from that Lowe's. That's the substation. You can see the new towers that were erected, the power lines, Monticello. That if you follow Monticello, if you're on Jefferson Highway by the Lowe's, you can see the power lines going to those huge towers that cross the Mississippi River that go to that 9-mile point, Entergy power station on the Best Bank, brah. Coming right
Ladies
back.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
1970 was an exciting time in New Orleans. The first Jazz Fest was held, the city hosted its first Super Bowl, and the first Helm Paint location opened on Earhart Boulevard. While the floppy disks, mood rings, and pet rocks may have come and gone since the 70s, Helm Paint has grown to become your premier source for quality Benjamin Moore products, competitive pricing, and personal service. Please visit one of our locations today and we'll meet our competitors' prices on any identical product. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore, let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
When USA Today ranked the 10 best must-visit New Orleans restaurants for travelers, Mid-City's own Katie's made the list. USA Today says Scott Craig is chef-owner at Katie's, a much-loved Creole Italian eatery that draws armies of regulars for lunch, brunch, and dinner. A neighborhood spot where locals congregate and New Orleans-style hospitality rules. Indeed it does. Katie's in Mid-City.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Outdoor dining, Middle Eastern cuisine, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe, some of the city's finest lamb chops and shish kebab, Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn, Lebanon's Cafe. For Leidenheimer Baking Company, producing the perfect French bread is more than a vocation. It's a sacred mission. And for 5 generations, they've used the same time-honored process, baking their signature loaf with its crisp crust and delicate center, unique and still good to the last crumb. From the finest French Quarter restaurants to your local po' boy shop, for over 125 years, New Orleans' own Leidenheimer.
For us, it's really relationships. And if you care about the relationship, you're going to do the right thing for the customer all the time. When we're in design process of a custom made piece, I have a test that says, if I wouldn't give this to my wife, I think we should pass and start over. If it's not perfect, it's going back to the shop. We're going to start all the way over. My name is Ken Friend of Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
All right, so Charity Hospital, the old Charity is getting worked on. That's a go. Work in progress. Working crew there every day working on the building. Working on the building right now. Sewage and Water Board substation, same thing, work in progress. Those are a go. The Clearview Mall, the transformation of that is ongoing. I think that's a major project. Tens of millions. I mean, it's going to all add up to north of hundreds of millions, I'm sure, or will be hundreds of millions. River District, Six Flags site, both like groundbreaking. I'd say River District with like Shell's commitment, Top Golf. They've got some anchors and, moving forward seems imminent. Six Flags, I'm still a little skeptical. We'll see what happens. Still no movement out there in the least bit, not a ride dismantled, nothing. The Sewage and Water Board substation, Charity Hospital, moving forward. River District, Six Flags, got to keep an eye on those. Got to keep an eye on those. And then there's the still need help category. Like really no progress. No progress. Now, Joe Yeager says he has a buyer for the Plaza Tower. It's under contract. They're doing their due diligence, trying to line up their financing in precarious financial times. We'll see if that's a go. He even says there's like a couple of other, buyers, potential buyers waiting in the wings that want to purchase the Plaza Tower. That building needs to get back in commerce. I think the city, I think it's just Mayor LaToya Cantrell just trying to do something, I guess. We're going to find the owner of the Plaza Tower. It's beyond that point. Already find the owner of the Plaza Tower. Going to, seek bids for demolition of the Plaza Tower. Who's going to pay for that? That's going to be multiple millions to tear down that building. That's not going to be like a $500,000 teardown, which where's the city coming up with $500,000 to tear down a blighted property? And what's their plan of recourse to get that money back eventually? And then what happens when you tear down that property? You just have a surface parking lot. There are a lot worse buildings that are in threat of catching on fire, vagrants, homeless people in them than the Plaza Tower. I'm not defending the Plaza Tower, but tearing it down, it is a brick what house. Overbuilt, 60s era. Today, they would not build that like that. It's going to be a hell of a teardown. They've done a lot of work to the building, like $12 million plus in remediation, no asbestos. I'm not saying, boy, it's just a great building. If it was a great building, it'd be back in commerce, most likely. But that something's got to give Definitely in 2024 on the Plaza Tower. The Esplanade Mall in Kennebra. They've been talking about it, talking the talk. No walk of the walk yet. And like Kenner, City Hall, moving in the old Macy's or whatever. That's not like anything, or the Dillards, whatever it is. That's nothing great. Now, I mean, this is Fantasyland. Microsoft and 1,000 jobs at the Esplanade Mall. That would be something. 1,000 tech jobs at the Esplanade Mall in Kennebra. Like the Plaza Tower, something needs to give with the Esplanade Mall. Federal City on the West Bank, it's been floundering ever since it became Federal City. That just sort of was like, hey, the military presence is going to be greatly diminished on these military bases on the West Bank. So, wink, wink, we're going to call it Federal City and hope we can lure jobs there. I mean, it's just not a lot of momentum at Federal City. The Plaza site is dead, essentially. The Lowe's turning into like a, what is it, Salvation Army or I think it's Salvation Army, if I'm not mistaken. It's not Bridge House store. It's Salvation Army or it's not Bridge House or Grace House. It's either Salvation Army or the other one. No, I'm going blank. Anyway, that's just not like a home run for New Orleans East and that Lowe's site. It's almost like a Goodwill. It's almost like I love Goodwill and Salvation Army. I have no problem with them. It's like putting old folks' homes in on the river, in the Ben Franklin School in the River Bend. You can put old folks' home anywhere. Needs to be for young people. No, it's not ideal. I almost would like block. Hey, Goodwill, no offense, we're blocking the sale of the Lowe's store in New Orleans East because it's too important for New Orleans East. It's too big of a store to just be a big sort of store/warehouse for Goodwill. Sorry, you could go into a strip mall or go into the old Schwegmans over there on Bullard or something where, I mean, you're more of a destination anyway. No one's going, oh my God, it's a Goodwill store. Let me pull over and go there to shop. So like that old Schwegmans on Bullard, that would be a great Goodwill store. Go into that. I would be trying to give Goodwill that old Schwegmans. Figure out a way where Goodwill can just take that over for free. But the Lowe's is too valuable. I'm thinking, and it's a lot of you laugh, like an IKEA. Now, I think IKEA is going to announce in 2024 a Louisiana store, but I think it's going to be in between New Orleans and Baton Rouge. I think it's going to be in Laplace or in Gonzales or something like that. From what I understand, IKEA needs to be around, they want 2 million people within 60 miles of the store. 2 million people within 60 miles of the store. And putting an IKEA in New Orleans East, I don't know if there are 2 million people within 60 miles of the store. Where in between New Orleans and Baton Rouge, there's definitely 2 million people within 60 miles of the store. New Orleans, Baton Rouge, home of Thibodeau and Hammond, north of 2 million. New Orleans East, I don't think 60 miles you're getting into Biloxi, so it's like Gulfport only, maybe. And then that part of Mississippi and New Orleans and, the North Shore. I don't know if that's 2 million. I know it's not. It's probably more like 1.5 million. So probably doesn't fit the minimum requirement. But that's the thinking. And I'm the mayor of New Orleans. I'm a city council representing that area. I'm a House rep, senator representing that area. I'm proactively getting with savvy business people in New Orleans, people with wherewithal, you went to college with so-and-so, that decision maker. I'm going to go meet them at their headquarters in so-and-so and getting real, high quality presentation together where you go to them with the idea. You present, What could that Lowe's become that's like an IKEA? What could Six Flags become like a Bass Pro Shop Cabela's? You get something like that. That's transformative for New Orleans East, because it's not just something that services New Orleans East. It brings people in from the region. If there was an IKEA at that Lowe's, people would drive from Baton Rouge, from Jackson, Mississippi, from Mobile, Alabama, and everywhere else, which means East Bank, West Bank, North Shore, Jefferson, Cannon Brown. Where are you going? We're going to the IKEA. No one would be thinking New Orleans East, Reed Boulevard off I-10. We're going to the IKEA. That's all they'd be saying. Where is it? It's in New Orleans East, right off the Reed exit. And that would be it. There'd be no, wait, I'm not going to New Orleans East or Orleans Parish. Yes, you are, because you're going to the IKEA. People like IKEA. It's how it is. My buddy moved to D.C. 30 years ago. We went to an IKEA like in Alexandria, Virginia, and got him furniture and stuff. It's just like a European furniture store. It's Furniture are us and just a monster. Anyway, it's a regional thing. A Bass Pro Shop Cabela's, like world's largest. We don't have to build a lake and pretend. We're on, 15 minutes from brackish, fresh, and salt water naturally. We're on the doorstep of the sportsman's paradise. St. Bernard, Cocodrie, Shell Beach, all that, in Waiklowski, all the incredible fishing, hunting. It's a natural Bass Pro Shop Cabela's. My God, I could sell that to them in an hour with a good presentation. I could sell that to them. I mean, like at the end, I'm like, my God, guys, what an opportunity. You know what's sad? That I know that like the Missouri, I guess it's in Branson or whatever, the flagship Bass Pro Shop, it's about 500,000 square feet. The Pyramid in Memphis, that's their another big store. It's like 500,000 square feet. Most Bass Pro Shop Cabela's are like the ones in outside of Baton Rouge. There's a Bass Pro Shop and a Cabela's in Metro Baton Rouge. Both of them. One in Gonzales and one off like O'Neill Lane up I-12. That's just, they lure in people from all over the place. They're a regional get. People flock from all of you. You got two in Metro Baton Rouge. If you had that in New Orleans East, it would be a game changer. It would draw people from all over. Mississippi, North Shore, people on the way to hunting and fishing, coming from hunting and fishing. They could go all out. Lodges, hotel.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof, now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anywhere. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
From the owners of Katie's in Mid-City and Bienvenue in Harahan, an old school deli with over a dozen specialty sandwiches. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
For over 120 years, New Orleans' very own Leidenheimer French bread.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
It's time to relax. The Woodhouse Day Spa, Metro New Orleans' premier day spa experience, now with 5 area locations. For a day of relaxation or maybe just a quick 1-hour getaway, the Metro area's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa, and now 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and our newest location in Mandeville. The Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com.
Being a part of people's lives, from an engagement ring to a wedding band. Before you know it, the wedding day is here and groom and bride are exchanging gifts on that day. And not too long after that, there's baby gifts to have. And I just enjoy being part of other people's family, saying, Mr. Friend did my engagement ring and he did my mom and dad's engagement ring. My name is Ken Friend of Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
What actually lasts a lifetime? Not much, but at Helm Paint, we have something guaranteed to last a lifetime. Benjamin Moore's Regal Select. This paint and primer in one offers cutting-edge waterborne technology, smooth application, and long durability. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore, your New Orleans paint store.
Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets has daily lunch specials Monday through Friday, and their entire lunch menu is available too. Open 11 a.m. through 2:30 p.m. For the finest in Sicilian and Italian cuisine, Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Yeah, you right. Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson back at you on a Thursday afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us. Boy, a lot of you taking advantage of real natural diamonds at Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. They had a great holiday season. A lot of folks taking advantage of that room at Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. What room are you talking about, Corey? Friend & Company Fine Jewelers has a room dedicated to real natural diamonds. The whole store is real natural diamonds, but this particular room full of real natural diamond stud earrings, tennis bracelets, necklaces, even engagement rings. All real natural diamonds, 1 billion years old. Everything in that room at Friend & Company Fine Jewelers, under $1,000. I'm not kidding you. For a few $100, you can walk out with real natural diamonds. Friend & Company Fine Jewelers, Maple Street, in between Broadway and Carrollton and Uptown, the Riverbend section of Uptown, Carrollton section of Uptown New Orleans. Yeah, you right. Thursday afternoon. Love getting this guy on the program. Wrapping up 2023. 2024 coming online. He's been clawing away, pun intended, trying to get some dollars from the state so we can build some shelters, maybe some old containers turned into a climate-controlled animal shelter with an office for people to take in cats and dogs and other animals. About $30,000. For about $1 million, they could do 30 of them and pretty much solve the shelter problem, at least temporarily in Louisiana. That's what this guy's been doing. That's the easy stuff for him, actually, which is painfully hard. The hard stuff, which he does every day, 7 days a week, all the time, saving cats and dogs and kittens and puppies and goats and horses and all kind of animals. Jeff Dorson, 35 years, Humane Society of Louisiana. He joins us again on the program. What up, Jeff?
Love our Thursday chat, fireside chat, talking about being kind to animals. No brainer, as you would say.
Yep.
And yet we failed pretty much every day in Louisiana. Somewhere, some place in Louisiana, people are just not doing a very good job. And we usually get the phone call and we try to make it right. We can't without people's help. Join us, get involved, see what it's like to help. It can be any number of types of animals. We do wildlife, exotic, companion, farm animals. Why? Because we like the holistic approach. We want to try and help as many as often as we can. And so that's what we do. We have 3 pieces of property under management, one for wildlife, one for horses and donkeys. One is a transportation hub, which has slowed down considerably. Adoptions are down. Transports to our northern states are down. And so we're in a real quandary. Everybody's kind of at maxed out, not enough space or resources, and people are surrendering their animals right and left for various reasons. So we're in a real pickle.
Yep. Jeff really needs you to volunteer, like physically be there, boots on the ground. That's hard. I get it. Those are special people that need to be respected. But anyone can give something. Could be $5, $10. Maybe you can give 20 and doesn't even affect your life a minute. $50, $100. There's some people that do very well, own their own company, could write a check for $500, $1,000, and it would not change their life in an adverse way at all. You want to know what it does? Changes your life in a good way. You literally are saving animals. And I can vouch for Jeff Dorson for 30 years, just about 25 plus years. I've been talking with Jeff, and he just goes to bat. Hey, Jeff, I saw it was sad on CNN. I posted it on Twitter. South Carolina, big dog fighting ring. You know, Louisiana, sadly infamous for that. Still goes on in Louisiana. You've dealt with that.
We have, and we've gone to the feds. We've gone to the USDA. We've gone to the attorney general. We have gone to the governor. We have gone to the state police. It usually falls on deaf ears called, well, let somebody else, or we'll get to it later, or it's not that big a deal. Louisiana, there's a huge gap between what's needed and what's actually accomplished. And I don't understand why people aren't more motivated when they're in a position to help, that they aren't anxious to help. I go to the state police. Can you spare one detective? For 6 months, we will rock and roll. Oh, no, we can't do that. Well, why can't you do that?
No, we're going after criminals.
Than one detective doing something else. Nobody's ever given me a good argument of why you can't do something.
No, you're right. No, it's sad.
You want to talk about the Thibodeau police?
Yeah, that story is just sickening. Look, you do an investigation, you interview everyone around, you find out what happened. But just looking at the video that I've seen, if that's how a policeman deals with a dog, even if it bit him or growled at him, that's running around like that he shoots him and kills the dog, I'm very, weary of that policeman under a situation with human beings that's less than ideal.
Can you back up and tell people who may not know what you're referring to?
Yeah, dog got loose. I mean, the owner screwed up, apparently. I don't know all the details. Dog got loose. Owner's running around chasing it. It's like a intersection in Thibodeau. There's a police car pulled over. The owner's running around. The dog's just running loose, having a time of its life. It doesn't know what's going on. And this policeman, shoots and kills the dog. You can see the dog gets shot, runs off, and falls down, I guess, and dies behind the police car. I guess he goes out of the video. And you see the homeowner just hands on knees, just like, my God, you just shot my dog, that kind of thing.
And I have studied this kind of behavior by police.
About 15 seconds, Jeff. Jeff, you know what? We're going to have to pick this up next week. Why don't we do that, all right?
Yep, it's a deal.
HumaneLA.org. Go to the website right now and donate. Blue Boy wants you to donate. You hear him? HumaneLA.org.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson. On TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube. On radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
Hi, it's Ken Friend from Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business. Come see us over on Maple Street in Uptown.
Friend & Company Fine Jewelers Breitling time, 5 p.m.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Dave Miet Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miet, INSagency.com. Dave Miet Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miet, INSagency.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot.
Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home.
For us, it's really relationships. And if you care about the relationship, you're going to do the right thing for the customer all the time. When we're in design process of a custom made piece, I have a test that says, if I wouldn't give this to my wife, I think we should pass and start over. If it's not perfect, it's going back to the shop. We're going to start all the way over. My name is Ken Friend of Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson.
Susan Spicer joining us on the program.
Even when they presented me the award, the people that I look up to the most, Frank was there and Donald Link was there. It does cause you to reflect back and think about your whole career.
Maybe the Stella Brennan Award says that to you, like I've arrived.
It certainly is kind of the ultimate honor when it comes to cooking and hospitality in New Orleans and the world.
New Orleans style talk gumbo, served daily.
Doesn't get much better than that, huh?
Hi, this is Joey Helm. My dad, Bunky Helm, had a vision of a locally family-owned store serving the residential and commercial paint needs of New Orleans. I think Dad would be proud of today's Helm Paint and Decorating, and here's why. We have the best technical staff in the business, providing the best color matching service in Southeast Louisiana. Perfect matching for any color and any brand. And we'll save your colors so you don't have to save those old cans. Helm Paint offers free 2-hour delivery. Our in-store decorators will assist you on deciding what color and type of paint to best showcase your home. But most importantly, as your local independent Benjamin Moore dealer, our products provide the greatest value in the paint industry. Superior coverage, and Benjamin Moore paint simply covers better and lasts longer. New Orleans is a city of vibrant color, and no one else provides the paints of New Orleans like Helm Paint and Decorating. Visit any of our 6 locations or online at helmpaint.com.
Helm Paint, let us do you right. Helm Paint and Supply.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamarque team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarque Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer. That's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
5 generations, family owned and operated. Leidenheimer French bread.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Miss Peaches nails it. Speed Racer was a good way to get 4 o'clock going, but this is much better than Speed Racer. The Jetsons, what a great cartoon. Listen to this song. I love the real musicians. Listen to this, flutes and piccolos. Listen to this.
Meet George Jetson.
How nice is that?
His boy Elroy.
String instruments. Check out this trumpet, New Orleans style.
Daughter Judy.
That's Kanye West doesn't know what that is. Piano, little chopsticks. Check out the drums. Kanye West doesn't know what those instruments are. Definitely not. Does Kanye West play any instrument? I mean, yeah, what's the little, hollow little block you hit with the stick? Corey plays that instrument too. Corey can play the kazoo. I am really good at the kazoo. Wow. Boy, in the 60s, Johnny Quest had like this guy that had an orchestra. And every show had to come up with the theme for the show and the music for the show. Hey, Charlie, what do you do? Yeah, play a violin for the Johnny Quest Orchestra. That's my job. It's what I do full time. I don't know, that show ran for like 3 years. It was like in prime time at night, before my time, but in the 60s for kids and adults. Just great cartoons. I have a friend of mine, he has like all that stuff like that he loved when he was a kid. That's what he had his kid watch. Better than Sponge Cake Bob, whatever. Corey Johnson with you on a Thursday. Real music, real musicians, real talent. That's why social media, I'm like, I have very few quotes. I mean, that's a Corey Johnson quote. It would just be curse words when I hit like a bad golf shot. And those, I didn't come up. Not original. But one of my originals, and I might have 2 quotes. And I wouldn't be saying it if I didn't think it was like, it's pretty good. Social media. It like a kazoo. Anyone can play. That's what a social media is. It's not professionals. There are some. That's what I like about social media. It's like an old AP wire. Before the story is written, the story writer, the reporter, the journalist now has to do a little tease on Twitter. So-and-so getting traded. Lights not working on interstate. Whatever. And it's on Twitter. I'm typing like this. They're doing this. Thumbs on a phone. No, social media is like a kazoo. Anyone can play. No talent required. You think about folks that play musical instruments, they spend hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, day in, day out, week in, week out, year in, year out, decade in, decade out in some instances. They're professionals. Something to be respected. I mean, that's why I listen to like music and I hear people that play instruments at just a ridiculously high level. It's just like, I mean, it can almost make you cry. It's emotional. It's like, wow, human beings can do this. Kane West, not so much. No, Miss Peaches just cocked her head at me. 73 years old, Avondale resident, doesn't even know who Kane West is, and is like taken up for him. Oh, Miss Peaches. She's fielding your phone calls, by the way, and you can thank Miss Peaches. I thought she was flashing like credit cards last hour, like I ran these up. Instead, she's saying I got two $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift cards, Corey, and I suggest you just give them away. Stay in the holiday spirit. No trivia question required. All someone has to do is call up. Rouse's Markets phone line, 766-9480. Great thing for her, guys. A day of relaxation at the Woodhouse Day Spa. 766-9480. 766-9480. Antoinette, last hour, picked up a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate. She's out in Marrera Brown on the Best Bank. She'll be heading to the Woodhouse. From Marrero, I don't know, you probably go UEP Long and hit the one in Metairie near North Kenner, West Esplanade at Transcontinental. Maybe go Mid-City, New Orleans, Canal Street, Carrollton. 2 North Shore locations, Slidell, Mandeville. They're in Baton Rouge by the Mall of Louisiana, the city's premier day spa experience, the Woodhouse Day Spa. Yeah, you got urge to head to the Woodhouse. I went about a month ago on a Sunday and got a 90-minute massage. I mean, shoulders dropped. I mean, I was like, I just walked out of there just feeling like a champ. Could go home and go to sleep, could go jog. I mean, I was like, can do anything, feel great. It was like someone hit the reset button, Felt great. Day of relaxation at the Woodhouse is tough to beat. I got 50 big bucks for you. All you got to do is call. 766-9480. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. Yeah, bye-bye 2023. Hello 2024. It's coming. No way to stop it. Starts Monday. New day, new week, new month, new year on Monday, January 1st, 2024. We talked about some projects in New Orleans that are a go. Charity Hospital, was that like $500 million? It's like ants on a sugar cube. A lot of action around there. Major, it's beyond scaffolding. Huge exterior elevators that can carry a load. It's like you could park your car in there and go up in the elevator. So Charity, green light, they're moving forward. That substation for the Sewage and Water Board, so important to keep the pumps powered up and going. Getting the water out of the streets, out of homes and businesses, cars. That's a go. Like ants on a sugar cube. Lots of hard hats every day, early, 6, 7 a.m. They're there working. You can see the progress being made at both those sites, at both those locations. Clearview Mall, the kind of conversion of that. Staying a mall, yet, that Target's like one of the best in the entire chain. The Clearview, the 2-story Target with the escalator and the escalator that takes your cart up and all that high-tech fun stuff. Enter from the second floor, first floor, checkouts on either floor. It's kind of a high-tech Target. No, it's not number one in the chain, but it's one of the top grossing Targets, one of their best performing stores anywhere. Clearview. So that's going to stay there. Some other retail. But then you've got residential there. You've got Oshner. You've got sort of live, work, play all in one spot. I'm moving to Clearview and Vets, my new home. No, Miss Peaches, I'm just joking. I'm not. But you can, and you don't need a car. You can walk around. Hit Kebab House across the street. Just walk around. Anyway. That's a go. Six Flags site, I-10, I-510 into East. Okay, I guess, I could do the air quotes and say broke ground. But, I mean, that's, people in suits and political officials sticking a shovel in a box of dirt. And, hey, we're breaking ground. And then nothing. River District, there, same thing, broken ground. But they have a commitment from Topgolf, like $40 million. They have a commitment from Shell Oil, moving the 800 employees from Hancock Whitney into a new mid-rise building. So they have some anchor tenants at least. We'll see how River District moves in 2024. Six Flags site. We'll keep an eye on that. A lot of stuff in the East. The Lowe's, I mean, it's sad that it's becoming Goodwill, I think. Just they should almost tell Goodwill to go somewhere else. I mentioned that old Schwegman's off Bullard. It's a huge store. I bet you as big as the Lowe's. And it's off the beaten path a little. And Goodwill, that's what people will do. It doesn't need to be on the main drag. But that Lowe's could be something that is a regional generator, bring people in from the region. I mentioned IKEA furniture. They're not going there because there aren't 2 million people within 60 miles of that spot. But they are going to go like in Laplace or Gonzales this year. Watch. Because there are 2 million people within 60 miles of that location. That's one of their minimum requirements. So I think IKEA is going in between New Orleans and Baton Rouge this year. But something like that, that's a regional draw. Six Flags site. That's why I was wishing it's like Bass Pro Shop, Cabela's, regional draw. The Port of St. Bernard, this opportunity. All I can say to the St. Bernard residents, I hope you really want the port, this new international container terminal, and you're pretending you don't want it, strictly to get the road, the access road built. The way we did it with the airport, I like you hedging that bet. Corey Johnson with you, coming right back.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
When a young man comes in and they walk into our store, and you can see they're a little intimidated. Last week, I saw the young man. I said, hey, what can I do to give you a hand? And he said, well, I'm here for an engagement ring, but I don't think I'm in the right place. So I got him to my desk, and within an hour, he had purchased an engagement ring, had spent $1,000, and he was treated like he spent a lot more, and I'm sure we have a customer for life. My name is Ken Friend of Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
Served in New Orleans' finest restaurants, Leidenheimer French bread. There's a Middle Eastern restaurant that's less than 5 minutes from where Causeway and River Road meet, Lebanon's Cafe. Convenient to Old Metairie and Old Jefferson. Carrollton at Jeanette on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
Fausto's Italian Bistro on Veterans Boulevard, where the brothers Fausto and Roland are serving some of the city's finest Sicilian and Italian cuisine. From New Orleans' first family of Sicilian and Italian cooking, Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live, we live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Yeah, you right. Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City. That's where you should be right now. All your bowl action. All weekend long, Katie's in Mid-City. What a great place to ring in the new year. Katie's in Mid-City, as New Orleans as it gets. USA Today, their travel folks, did a top 10 must-visit restaurants in New Orleans. It was all different levels. Low end, like, sandwiches, po' boys, mid-level, mid-high, high-end stuff. And they were like 10 places you got to go. And Katie's in Mid-City was on that USA Today top 10 must visit in New Orleans when you're visiting. A Mid-City mainstay right in the heart of Mid-City, a couple of blocks behind Angelo Bracata's ice cream joint on Carrollton. Big portions, New Orleans specialties, old school, great for sharing, a true taste of New Orleans, and flat screen TVs everywhere. Katie's in Mid-City, as New Orleans as it gets. Corey Johnson with you on a Thursday. Yeah, you're right. Bye-bye 2023. Hello 2024. Welcome. I'm so ready to get 2023 in the rearview mirror. Can't wait for New Year, new things. 2024. Kind of like moving to another place to solve your problems in life. Really doesn't work that way. But I guess some folks have a line of demarcation. I've had a crappy front 9 in golf and then hunkered down and had a pretty good backside. So, boy, my first half stunk. The coach slapped me around and I came back in the second half and played better. So I guess there can be a line. I'm putting 2023 in the rearview mirror and putting 2024, in front of me. But I don't really have anything to jettison or, boy, 2023 was a rough year. Just grinding along, have some goals and aspirations. That's always good to have that. That helps. 2024, what am I going to do with that line of demarcation? Maybe I'll stop drinking Coca-Cola as much as I drink it. Maybe I'll actually get up off of my rear end and do some exercising every day. Walk when I play golf. Don't ride in the cart. Try to get out there and hit the tennis ball around. Actually do something like jogging or ride the bicycle. Take a walk longer than when I go with the dog or go more with Tolly. So, yeah, getting, I think, healthier, like getting in better shape. Maybe, if my diet's not bad, but focusing in on my diet a little better. And, like, I'll never forget, I was going to Channel 26. I was there about 10 years doing TV editorials when I applied for that job, when, like, News with a Twist started. And I think I went in there looking to try to get the anchor's job and ended up getting an editorial gig instead. I'm in the boss's office, and on his desk is a Ziploc baggie with like an inch of white powder in the bottom of it, and it says Coke on the little white, little spot in the middle of the bag you can write on. So, I mean, for the first 2 minutes of the interview, I'm just talking to the guy, and then finally I'm like, time out. What the hell is that? And he just laughs, and he holds up the baggie. I'm like, was this cocaine or something? I mean, I'm just don't know what the hell's going on. And he's like, this is how much sugar is in a 16-ounce Coke. I used to drink Coke, and I just look at that bag every day, and I'm like, I don't need that bag of sugar. So that might be a good gimmick. I have a friend that takes a pill but gets a larger size, and he cuts it in half with a razor blade. So when you go in this guy's house, on the kitchen counter is like a little like piece of granite with a razor blade and white powder that, I mean, it just looks like what you'd see like from a movie or something, like cocaine on the, you know, it's like, wow, but he's cutting the pill into 4 pieces. His prescription medication, he does like 30 pills and then he just leaves it there till the next time he has to do it. But it doesn't look good. It looks a little suspicious. Anyway, I can't help if it looks suspicious, but that might have to be the thing. The Ziploc bag that says, I would just put, this is how much sugar is in a Coca-Cola. I wouldn't just put Coke. But it got me going, what the hell is that? Am I applying to someplace and there's some Coke fiend as the boss? Maybe I don't need to be applying here. I mean, I'm literally was like, time out of the interview. What the hell is that? And he was like, that's how much sugar's in a Coke. I think we figured out the little styrofoam coffee cup that's like, I think 7 or 8 ounces. I think it's 8 teaspoons of sugar if that was a Coke. Hey, Miss Peaches, pull up how much sugar is in a Coca-Cola. I think it's like 30 something grams. Pepsi has more sugar than Coke. I think Coke, like a 12-ounce Coke has like 32 grams of sugar or something like that. 39 grams of sugar. All right, now figure out how many grams to a teaspoon. How many grams to a teaspoon? Come on, Miss Peaches. Turn the crank on that phone. Get the little gerbil running faster on the conveyor belt. How many grams to a teaspoon? Oh, Miss Peaches. We're doing live radio and TV. We're on YouTube live. There's an equation here. I don't want an equation. I have to. 4 grams of sugar for 1 teaspoon. There you go. 4 grams. No, I can do the equation. You telling me to do the math? I just need. Hey, Miss Peaches, all I needed was the 4 part. So there's 4 grams for a teaspoon. So if it's 39, it's like 10 teaspoons in that Coke, a 12-ounce Coke. 10 teaspoons of sugar. It's 9 and 0.75 to be exact, Miss Peaches. 9 and then 75% of another teaspoon. 10 teaspoons of sugar. Miss Peach is trying to do the equation. I can do the equation, Miss Peaches. Wow. 10 teaspoons. Could you imagine just having I mean, it would have to be an 11-ounce Coke, Miss Peaches, because the sugar would force the Coke over the top of the glass. But if you had a 12-ounce can of Coke with like the lid taken off, where it's just like open, and you shovel in 10 teaspoons of sugar, stir that up and drink that's your Coke. Yeah, that I think is going to drive me away from Coca-Cola. Right there. I'm going to have to spoon 12 teaspoons of sugar into a baggie. I don't even think I have sugar at my house. And then I'm going to have to put this how much and tack it to like the door exiting my house for a while. No Coca-Cola. No, Coke isn't like, wow, the caffeine, it's got me going. I can go take on the day. Like, boy, I'm juiced up on coffee. It doesn't do that for me. I'm a sweet tooth. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 504-766-9480. Love to hear from you. Miss Peaches says we have 2 $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates. She says you don't even have to come on the air. She says I'm not to ask a trivia question. Just give them away. Holiday spirit, Christmas, Hanukkah, New Year. Just give them away. Next 2 callers, hey, I want that $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate. It's yours. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. 766-9480. Kevin from Old Metairie emailing us. He likes Tab and is sad it's been discontinued. Tab was absolutely horrible. I think Tab was literally, let's take the sugar out of Coca-Cola, and it was just terrible. Terrible. Tab. Did you ever have Tab, Miss Peaches? That seems right up your alley. Pink cans. Tab. Is Mr. Pibb still around? Is that the Coke competitor to Dr. Pepper, Mr. Pibb still? Mr. Pibb. Does that still exist? Because I think Tab is out of here, Miss Peaches. I'd have you Google it, but you're going to do a math equation for me. Oh, Miss Peaches. 766-9480. Thanks for checking us out on the radio, on television, on YouTube. Yeah, all right. Some folks calling in, getting 50 big bucks at the Woodhouse. I like giving's better than receiving. When you're a kid, boy, you like the gifts. So you're like, I don't understand this. What's this adult concept? Giving's better than receiving. I'm a child. No, it's not. But as you get older, it's just nice. So I like giving away some $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates with no trivia question required during the holiday season. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. Hey, every day this program on radio, television, YouTube, live streaming, CoreyTalks.com, brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex. Ronnie Lamarck from Araby Park. Ronnie Jr., $50 million plus invested in the car corner, Williams and I-10 in Kennebra, right on the corner, right on the price. Lamarck Ford, like 45 years. Number one Ford dealership in the region. Lamarck Lincoln, number one Lincoln dealership in the state of Louisiana, the whole state. Pre-owned service, collision, repair, parts. They got you covered. That's in Kennebra, the Lamarck Automotive Complex. Across the parish, Harahan, Elmwood, the legendary local New Orleans Ford truck dealership for like 80 plus years. Crescent City Ford on Jefferson Highway, now under the Lamarck umbrella. It's Lamarck Crescent City Ford, bigger and better than ever. State-of-the-art facility. Boy, if you need commercial vehicles, commercial trucks, vans, whatever, they've got everything, all sizes, everything. Lamarck Crescent City Ford in Elmwood, Harahan, Jefferson Highway, at Horde, right before Hickory. Convenient for a lot of folks on the river side of the parish. And the big store, the entire Lamarck Automotive Complex on the lake side of the parish. Bridging the gap as usual. Ronnie Lamarck from Araby Park and Ronnie Jr. Every day this program brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex in Kennebra, and also brought to you by Lamarck Crescent City Ford on Jefferson Highway. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 504-766-9480, 504-766-9480. We're about to go right back to those phone lines in a second. Bye-bye 2023. Hello 2024. It's coming. No way to stop it. It all starts Monday. New day, new week, new month, new year. A lot of things that still need help. The film industry, the Plaza Tower, Esplanade Mall in Kenner, Pontchartrain Beach, West End Park, Lincoln Beach, the Plaza site, Federal City on the West Bank, Lindy Boggs Hospital in Mid-City, the Naval Support Center on Poland Avenue. So lots and lots of stuff that really not even ground broken yet. Let's hit the phone lines. Rouse's Markets phone lines. Metairie, Louisiana, a.k.a. New Orleans West, home of traffic, lots and lots of traffic. Kevin joins us from Metairie, brah.
Hey, Corey, how you doing, man?
Kevin, what's up?
Oh, man, I was using the Google, and since you didn't have a trivia question, I was curious about something about you, our host.
The answer is yes. And 13. 13. Thanks so much, Kevin and Metairie. Bill and Chalmette, you're up next.
I see that you used to live out by the lakefront on Carlson Drive. You lived on South Rampart Street.
Well, wow. Okay, Mr. Google. I don't know. Why are you throwing all this out, Kevin and Metairie? Hey, I'm Kevin. I have a big pot of poop and I stir it with a big stick. Why are you throwing out stuff from the intranet device?
I wanted to know what the O, Corey O. Johnson, stood for. What's the O stand for?
The O stands for, oh, you're out of here. How about that? Kevin and Metairie is out of here. He's not out of here. You don't have to cut him off, Miss Peaches. The O is my middle name, which I don't really use or recognize. How you like that? It is O'Callahan, named after Daniel O'Callahan, a Loyola priest that my dad was friends with. There's a guy I went to De La Salle with. He's Daniel O'Callahan. That's his first and middle name. So he got the first and the last name of the priest. That's his first and middle name. I just got the middle name. Corey O'Callahan Johnson. Back up, Kevin and Metairie. What's your middle name?
That's trivial.
What's your middle name?
Kevin.
Kevin? What you use your middle name as your first?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. What's your first name?
Thomas.
Oh, I would use Kevin too. If it starts with a K. That's cool. That's cool. Thomas, yeah, you know. Plus, you don't, no offense, you don't sound smart enough to be a Thomas, Kevin.
That's true. That's very true.
All right, anyway, just teasing you. No, the O stands for O'Callahan, you weird Googling me, asking strange questions. You lived on Main and Elm, and then you moved to, geesh.
Maybe somebody will remember that in the future, and you can ask that as a trivia question when you run out of questions.
There's trivia is unlimited questions. And O'Callahan.
Well, why didn't you ask one today?
Because it's the holiday season, as Miss Peaches said. Throw those trivia questions in the garbage.
Well, your audience likes to be challenged.
I realize that, but it's holiday season, so we're just giving away $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift cards. No obligation.
You were just slacking, and you weren't doing your due diligence and preparing for the show.
The only city in Louisiana, if you want to call it a city, that has an interstate loop. I was prepared. Kevin and Metairie, you're wrong again. We're going to save that trivia question for next week.
All right, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Kevin and Metairie, Louisiana. He has a big pot full of poop. He's got a stick, and he's stirring it up. I don't really care. I just don't want to get in all this personal stuff. You can go Google like Kevin if you want to in Metairie. You lived on so-and-so street, then you moved to this street. It's like, geez, dude. Your mother's maiden name is, and the last four of your social security. Thank you, Kevin and Metairie. Wow. You like your martini stirred, not shaken. Bye-bye, 2023. Hello, 2024. Yeah, you right. Give Kevin a gift card if he wants one, Miss Peaches. We don't discriminate. We're an equal opportunity giver of gift cards during the holiday season. Yeah, some things that still need help in New Orleans in 2024. The Plaza Tower, Joe Yeager says he has a buyer ready to roll and has two hanging on. The buyer has got some due diligence time, trying to get finances ready. That thing needs to move forward in 2024. Lincoln Beach, the mayor says $25 million. City has secured $25 million for Lincoln Beach. Let's see how that needle moves. Does Lincoln Beach, ants on a sugar cube, get that thing back into commerce? The Lincoln Beach, Pontchartrain Beach, West End Park blows me away how we just ignore these places. Other cities, they dig lakes and rivers and canals and make-believe waterways to put stuff on them. We have natural waterways that other cities would cut off their left arm for, and we run from them. Oh, people could drown at Pontchartrain Beach. People could drown at Lincoln Beach. Yeah, people could drown, and they do at Orange Beach, Alabama, and Destin Beach, Florida, and Miami Beach. They drown. Somebody at snow skiing this winter in Aspen or Vail or Salt Lake City, wherever they go, someone's going to die skiing this year. Someone's going to be hiking in Yosemite. They're going to die. Stuff happens. People are going to die on a plane, car crash. So you close the beach with the nice water. Pontchartrain and Lincoln Beach. I mean, they should be open right now, just how they are right now. And then if you want to develop them and make them more people-friendly, yes, green light. Lincoln Beach has been closed for 60 years. There's just something painfully wrong with that, sinful, just like almost like evil. It's insane. It's this asset that we just ignore. It's not right. 60 years Lincoln Beach has been closed. Pontchartrain Beach has been closed for 40 years now. 40 years. West End going on 20. West End has been closed for 19 years now, almost 19 years. How is that possible? How has Lincoln Beach been abandoned in New Orleans? A natural beach right on the lake. The water's nice there. How has that been abandoned for 60 years? Pontchartrain Beach for 40. Sometimes we lose track of time. The West Bank Expressway, the Earhart Expressway, 40 years old. Still no exits and entrances hooked up to the Earhart Expressway 40 years later. No, I'm just giving you an idea of 40 years. It's a long time. Sometimes we think like, oh, West Bank Expressway, that's like 15 years old. Earhart Expressway, 20 years old. 40. Pontchartrain Beach closed 40 plus years ago, 1983. I was in high school. I just getting a driver's license when they shut it down. I wasn't born yet when Lincoln Beach was closed. No, there's something wrong with that. It's not right. City council after city council, mayor after mayor, they get ignored. Lincoln Beach, $25 million secured. We'll see what happens. What other projects still need help? I'll tell you next when we come back. Esplanade Mall in Kenner. The Plaza site in the east, Lindy Boggs Hospital, Mid-City, Naval Support Center, what's that? 9th Ward, Industrial Canal, Upper 9th, Plaza Tower. The film industry needs a little help. I saw Atlanta does about $4 to $5 billion annually. New Orleans about $1 billion, maybe a fifth of what Atlanta does. We were Hollywood of the South. Now they are. And when they're doing 5 times what we do, 4 to 5 times what we do, I don't know if we get that moniker back. Hey, it's going to be cold for like the next 10 days. 40s and 50s mostly for the next 10 days. Might dip into the 30s. I don't think we're going to see 60. And if we do, it'll be like 60, 61 over the next like week and a half. If you need heat help, if you need air conditioning help, River City's Total Maintenance is there, especially during the holidays. Anyone can do it, on a weekday, 9 to 5. Weekday, weekend, overnight, holiday, River City's Total Maintenance is there. Honest, air conditioning and heating experts that come immediately because your heat and AC, or one of them's not working right. River City's Total Maintenance. You can find them at nolaac.com. You need air conditioning, or realistically, it would be heat help. Next 10 days, it's going to be cold. You need heat help. nolaac.com.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof, now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anywhere. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
You're listening to The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson.
Cotton Bowl winning coach Willie Fritz joining us on the program. Have you ever been part of a game that great?
A lot of things happen in the game. You just don't know the script. You got to adapt and improvise. You just got to keep playing hard the whole time. And our guys did an excellent job of that.
How big is yesterday for the overall future of the program?
You got to have the guys who really have a burning desire to get quality education and also be a great football player. You got to have both.
You've always have embraced New Orleans. You've been a great ambassador for the city, for Tulane University.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. My wife and I just love it here in New Orleans. And just everybody, the city's just sensational. It's just a dime for every person who came up to me after it. I had tickets in the old Tulane Stadium. And, I've heard that a ton of times. And letting you know, that's good that we're able to make some people happy.
That's Willie Fritz joining us.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Roll wave.
The spirit of New Orleans. It's Corey Johnson on The Neutral Ground.
For Leidenheimer Baking Company, producing the perfect French bread is more than a vocation. It's a sacred mission. And for 5 generations, they've used the same time-honored process, baking their signature loaf with its crisp crust and delicate center, unique and still good to the last crumb. From the finest French Quarter restaurants to your local po' boy shop, for over 125 years, New Orleans' own Leidenheimer.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot.
From the owners of Katie's in Mid-City and Bienvenue in Harahan, an old school deli with over a dozen specialty sandwiches. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria.
Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans' grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home.
Yeah, you right. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. 2023 on the way out. 2024, ready or not, it's coming. No way to stop. It starts Monday, new day, new week, new month, new year. Monday, January 1st, 2024. Fausto's Italian Bistro going into the new year. That'll be 34 years now of Fausto's. 34 years. Fausto's has been at it since 1990. Vets Boulevard, about 6 blocks in from the Parish line.
Wonderful, authentic, New Orleans-inspired Sicilian and Italian. They're open till 9 p.m. Well, let me just say it this way, actually. Monday through Friday lunch, and that's 11 to 2:30. That's a long lunch, 3.5 hours. 11 to 2:30, Monday through Friday lunch. Dinner is Monday through Saturday. Monday through Thursday, dinner 5 to 9. Friday and Saturday night till 10 p.m., 5 to 10. Some of the city's best Sicilian and Italian, Fausto's Italian Bistro and Vets. Have you been? What are you waiting for? Seriously, what are you waiting for? So good. Love Fausto's. Authentic, fresh, priced right, old recipes. Fausto and Roland, the brothers. Their sister is Irene. Irene's Restaurant in the Quarter. This is like the first family of Sicilian and Italian. Go check them out at Fausto's. Lincoln Beach, Pontchartrain Beach, West End. The Pontchartrain Beach thing is sad. Had a plan, everything seemed to go, and that just disappeared. Lincoln Beach, city's got 25 million. We'll see what happens. West End, nothing. You know what's weird about West End? When you drive into the parking lot, you're in Orleans Parish. As you walk towards the canal in the parking lot, you enter Jefferson Parish. So the other, the places that were out there, Brunnings and Fitzgerald's and all that, those buildings were in Jefferson Parish. But the parking lot, when you got a few feet in front of those buildings, you enter Orleans. It's not the canal at that part. It's the canal up until Bucktown, and then it's kind of zigzags sort of east into what you would think is Orleans Parish, but that's just the line. So really, to get West End going again, it's an Orleans Jefferson Parish thing. You need a Jefferson Parish Council person and an Orleans Parish Council person coming together. I mean, this is so easy. You build something modern out there that's really nice, up in the air, over the water, hurricane proof, something like a lot of things are on the lake that are hurricane proof. You have boats parked underneath the first floor, which, ground level, you probably go up like a half a flight of steps to get to the first floor. And that would be your Brunnings, your Fitzgerald's, those types of places. And then the second floor might be like law office or a hair salon or something. And then third, fourth, fifth, sixth floor might be apartments and condos, something really nice on the lake. Instead, West End just sits idle. Could be a tax generator for Orleans and Jefferson Parish. It's really sad. I mean, it's an asset that we run from instead of embracing. Like Pontchartrain Beach and Lincoln Beach, we run from them instead of embracing them. St. Bernard Parish residents. I hope this is just a hedge, and it's just you're being really savvy. Hey, we saw how the airport went down. New Orleans gets its billion-dollar airport, and there isn't an access road for years later. The St. Bernard Parish is about to get the Port of New Orleans International Terminal. The Port of New Orleans expanding beyond Orleans Parish into St. Bernard, into Violet. A huge container terminal, keeping New Orleans competitive. St. Bernard residents should be embracing it. 110% behind it. All for it. My God, what a blessing. Real jobs. And it's not a chemical plant or an oil and gas refinery expanding. More pollution, more cancer-causing crap in the water, air, land. No, it's clean, it's green, it's moving containers off of ships onto rail or trucks. No, I hope St. Bernard folks are like, Corey, we're 110% for it. But we want to make sure there is, at first, an access road from that port to I-510, which is a, like LA1 and above ground, elevated, over water, over marsh, over wetland, 2 lanes in each direction, at least 1 lane in each direction, if not 2 in each direction. It would have to be 2. I mean, you can't be behind trucks for Violet to I-510. But boy, the St. Bernard residents get a great evacuation route for hurricanes, linking Violet and St. Bernard Highway directly to I-510. No stoplights, an elevated expressway like an Earhart Expressway. Speaking of the Florida Boulevard or Florida Avenue Expressway, that links basically I-10, I-610, the Lowe's on Elysian Fields. That sits on Elysian Fields at Florida Avenue. There would be a interstate like the Earhart Expressway going straight out to St. Bernard. That could go straight eventually to that road right down to that port. Now, St. Bernard deserves access from St. Bernard Highway, from Judge Perez to I-510 directly via elevated roadway. And they deserve an east-west roadway, the Florida Avenue Expressway. So when a hurricane or anything getting in and out of the parish, you don't have to go, I-510 Paris Road or Claiborne to Judge Perez or St. Claude to St. Bernard Highway. It's too few ways out. It's crazy. Hey, Blue Plate mayonnaise. If you're a New Orleanian, it's got to be Blue Plate, New Orleans mayonnaise, a New Orleans family tradition since 1927. Now they have a new label, so you may have to look for it. It's a little different than the old label. New look, same legendary taste, Blue Plate mayonnaise.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
My Sittu, that's Arabic for grandmother, used to make the best football kibbe. You can experience kibbe just like my grandmother used to make, and so many other Middle Eastern favorites on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
Dave Miet Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miet, INSagency.com. Dave Miet Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miet, INSagency.com.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
Since 1896, a true taste of New Orleans. Leidenheimer French bread. Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right, Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
It's time to relax. The Woodhouse Day Spa, Metro New Orleans' premier day spa experience, now with 5 area locations. For a day of relaxation or maybe just a quick 1-hour getaway, the Metro area's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa. And now 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and our newest location in Mandeville. The Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
You know, body language tells you a lot about what a person's thinking. For instance, that means she has an interest in the finer things in life.
The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson.
That means she also wants a little fun in her life, but only with the right man.
Corey Johnson.
Now she's pouring a Colt 45, and we all know what that means.
Yeah, you right.
Mind if I join you?
You must have read my mind.
Something like that.
The power of Colt 45. It works every time.
It literally does work every single time. I highly recommend Colt 45 brand malt liquor. No, I do not. I do not at all. I don't recommend it. I'm like against it, basically. Do not go buy that product. That's what I'm saying. I've got something that you're going to get no matter what. It's beyond your control. You'll be eating Leidenheimer French bread tomorrow, a few days, po' boy, great restaurant at home. Leidenheimer French bread from Leidenheimer Baking Company. They've only been baking that French bread right here in New Orleans since 1896. Another year. Leidenheimer French bread, Leidenheimer Baking Company. What's that, Blue Boy? You love when I give you some Leidenheimer French bread, like a roast beef po' boy with the drippings or any. Yeah, I know, buddy. You like Leidenheimer. I hear you. See you tomorrow, New Orleans, 4 p.m.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
Hi, it's Ken Friend from Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business. Come see us over on Maple Street in Uptown.
Friend & Company Fine Jewelers, Breitling time, 6 p.m.